He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Confucius, while not a Stoic, this echoes Stoic wisdom. What if I told you that the secret to attracting women isn't flashy looks, fancy cars, or empty compliments, but something far deeper and far more powerful? Imagine unlocking the mindset that naturally draws respect, admiration, and genuine connection, without pretending or trying too hard. That's the essence of Stoicism, and today, we're diving into the 3 biggest turn-ons for women rooted in this ancient philosophy. Forget the usual dating advice. These timeless principles aren't just for philosophers or history buffs. They're practical, actionable truths that can transform your relationship starting now. Whether you're struggling to get noticed or want to deepen your current connection, understanding these turn-ons will change your approach completely. Stay with me until the end of this video because each point builds on the last, and by the time we finish, you'll have a clear blueprint to become genuinely attractive from the inside out. Ready to upgrade your mindset and your love life? Let's get started. Number 1, emotional resilience and calmness. If you want to truly connect and stand out, especially to women, developing emotional resilience and calmness isn't just an option, it's a game changer. This isn't about pretending you don't feel or hiding your emotions. It's about mastering the ability to stay steady when life throws curveballs. Imagine being that man who doesn't crumble under pressure, who doesn't get swept away by frustration or fear, but instead holds a calm, grounded energy no matter what's happening around him. That kind of emotional strength is magnetic. It signals maturity, reliability, and a deep kind of confidence that words alone can't capture. The Stoics knew this well, advised himself to be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved and the raging of the sea falls still around it. You have to become that rock, steady, unshaken, a calm center in a world that's anything but. And here's the thing, calmness isn't something you're born with. It's something you build day by day with intention and practice. You need to train your mind to respond with strength, not stress. When you do, you're no longer at the mercy of every emotional gust. You're in the driver's seat. Start by becoming aware of your emotional patterns. When you feel that familiar surge, whether it's anger, anxiety, or frustration, don't let it sweep you away. Instead, pause. Feel the sensation, but don't immediately react. Take a breath, deep, slow, grounding breaths. This simple act begins to change everything. It rewires your brain, creating space between stimulus and response. Epictetus reminds us that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. You can't always control what happens, but you can always control how you respond. Another key part of emotional resilience is accepting that discomfort is part of growth. The urge to avoid stress, pain, or discomfort is natural, but it keeps you stuck. Instead, learn to face these moments with curiosity and courage. Let yourself sit with the feeling, learn from it, and move forward without losing your balance. Practice this by intentionally putting yourself in small situations that test your patience, a delayed meeting, a difficult conversation, or a challenging workout. Notice how you react and remind yourself that the discomfort isn't permanent. It's a teacher. Building calmness also means quieting the noise inside your head. The endless loop of worries, doubts, and what-ifs can drag you down and rob you of peace. Set aside time every day for quiet reflection. No distractions, no phones, just you and your thoughts. This isn't about trying to empty your mind, but about observing your thoughts without getting tangled in them. Over time, you'll realize you're not your thoughts. You're the calm observer behind them, and that realization is power. Remember, emotional resilience doesn't make you cold or unfeeling. It makes you human in the strongest way possible. Women notice this strength. They see a man who doesn't crumble under pressure, who can listen and respond with empathy rather than reactivity, who carries a quiet confidence that says, "I've got this." This kind of calm energy invites trust, respect, and connection. So what can you do right now? Begin with small moments. Pause when you feel triggered, breathe deeply, and remind yourself that your reaction is a choice. Journal about your emotional responses each day to build awareness. Practice mindfulness to stay grounded. And above all, be patient with yourself. Stoicism teaches us that greatness is built over time, through consistent effort and self-discipline. You have the power to transform your inner world and with it, the way others experience you. Embrace emotional resilience and calmness. Be the rock that stands firm amidst the storm. When you do, you're not just more attractive, you're becoming the man you were meant to be. Number 2, consistent integrity and honesty. When it comes to what truly draws women in, nothing beats consistent integrity and honesty. This isn't just about telling the truth when it's easy or convenient. It's about living a life where your actions, words, and thoughts all align, even when no one is watching. You might think integrity sounds like some old-fashioned, rigid concept, but it's actually the quiet strength behind magnetic confidence. When you walk through the world with unwavering honesty, people sense it. It's a kind of energy that can't be faked. Women notice it because it signals trustworthiness and emotional safety, things that are far more attractive than a flashy smile or a quick joke. Think about what's said. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. That's the heart of integrity. It means you're committed to being real even when it's tough. When you're consistent with honesty, you stop carrying the weight of pretenses and half-truths. You free yourself from the exhausting trap of trying to be someone you're not. And that freedom, it shows up in your presence, in your calm confidence. It says, I am a man who stands by his word and lives by his values. That kind of consistency is magnetic. It makes women feel safe and respected, and it pulls them closer without any gimmicks or games. But let's be real. It's easy to say you want integrity, harder to live it day to day. The world tests you. You'll face situations where telling the truth feels risky or where shortcuts tempt you to bend your values. This is where you have to be intentional. Start by checking in with yourself regularly. Ask, am I being honest right now with myself and others? This isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. When you catch yourself slipping, don't beat yourself up. Instead, use it as a moment to realign. Stoics remind us that progress isn't about perfection, but about continual effort. Here's a practical exercise you can adopt right now. At the end of each day, reflect on your choices. Were there moments when you could have been more truthful? Were there times you stood firm in your values? Write these down, not to shame yourself, but to track your growth. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns and build habits that strengthen your integrity muscle. Honesty doesn't just mean speaking truth. It also means being transparent with your feelings and intentions. Women pick up on authenticity. When you share your real thoughts without fear or pretense, it creates a powerful connection. This openness shows you're confident enough to be vulnerable. As Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Decide who you want to be, a man of honesty and principle, and then make choices that reflect that every single day. The beauty of consistent integrity is that it ripples out into every area of your life. It builds trust in relationships, yes, but it also builds your self-respect. And self-respect, that's the foundation of real attraction. When you respect yourself, you set a standard for how others treat you. You don't settle for less than you deserve because you know your worth. This kind of energy is irresistible. So challenge yourself. Start today. Be brutally honest with yourself and others. Show up as the man who values truth above convenience. Embrace the discomfort that sometimes comes with integrity because it's the path to freedom. The path to being the kind of man who draws others in, not with flashy tricks, but with quiet strength and unwavering honesty. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Keep working at it day by day. Live the Stoic way, with integrity that doesn't waver, honesty that doesn't falter. When you do, you won't just notice a change in how women see you, you'll feel a deeper respect for yourself. And that, more than anything, is the real turn-on. Number 3, purposeful self-discipline. There's something incredibly magnetic about a man who practices purposeful self-discipline. It's not about rigid rules or harsh restrictions. It's about having control over yourself, your desires, your actions, and your focus. When you embrace self-discipline with intention, you're showing the world, and especially women, that you're someone who lives with clarity and strength. This kind of discipline speaks louder than any flashy gesture or fancy words. It's a silent declaration that you're in charge of your life, and that kind of energy, it's undeniably attractive. Think about what the Stoics taught us. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom isn't about doing whatever you want at any moment. It's about mastering your impulses, your habits, and your choices. When you build purposeful self-discipline, you free yourself from chaos and distraction. You create a life that's driven by meaningful goals and steady progress. And here's the kicker: women notice this. They're drawn to the quiet confidence that comes from a man who knows what he wants and doesn't let fleeting desires or external noise steer him off course. But this isn't some lofty ideal that only a few can reach. It's something you can start right now. Begin by identifying one small area in your life where discipline can make a difference. Maybe it's your health, your work, or even how you manage your time. Set a clear, achievable goal and commit to it. It might be as simple as waking up 15 minutes earlier to meditate or cutting out a bad habit bit by bit. The key is consistency. Remember words. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Align your actions with your values and watch how that alignment builds your inner strength. Here's a practical way to make this stick. Every morning, take a moment to remind yourself why your discipline matters. Visualize the man you want to be, the one who handles challenges calmly, who follows through on promises, who inspires trust just by showing up fully. Let that image fuel your day. When temptation or doubt creeps in, recall this vision and ask yourself, is this action moving me closer to that man or pulling me away? This simple check-in is a powerful tool to keep your discipline purposeful and meaningful. Purposeful self-discipline isn't about perfection. It's about progress, about choosing control over chaos every single day. It's about building habits that serve you, not trap you. When you live this way, your energy shifts. You stop being reactive and start being proactive. You become a man who doesn't just drift through life but steers it with intention. That kind of energy, calm and confident, is like a magnet. It pulls people in, especially women who recognize and appreciate that quiet power. So take this seriously. Start small, stay consistent, and remind yourself often that you're building something lasting. Your self-discipline is your foundation. It shapes your character, your relationships, and your future. As Seneca said, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Let this be the beginning of a new chapter where you own your life with purpose and discipline. Women notice this. More than that, they respect it. And respect, after all, is the seed from which real connection grows. So there you have it, the top 3 turn-ons for women, all rooted in the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Remember, it's not about trying to impress or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about embracing inner strength, emotional mastery, and genuine confidence. If you start practicing these principles daily, you won't just attract others, you'll become the best version of yourself. If this video resonated with you, make sure to hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more insights that empower your mind and relationships. Drop a comment below. Which of these turn-ons surprised you the most? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, stay calm, stay strong, and keep growing.